Hi artists, welcome back. Welcome to Friday. All right, our Friday lesson is putting everything together. Placing our eyes, our nose, our mouth, our hair, our ears, eyebrows, all of those facial features in the right spot, which is what we've tried to practice on Thursday. So today, we're going to put it all together. We're going to trace our drawing with Sharpie or pen, whatever you have that's black. And then we're going to talk about mixing colors to create skin tones. I hope you guys enjoyed this book. I love this book. It's so cute, and it's a really great way to reflect on everybody's unique look, whether it's your hair, your eyes, your skin. This is a really nice book to help give a perspective on how we might think we're all the same, and a lot of times we are, but we need to celebrate our uniqueness. So this is a great book explaining how there are just different kinds of brown, different kinds of people, and they're all beautiful in their own way. Okay, so what we're going to be checking out today is drawing our self-portrait. So hopefully you guys have created a drawing where you have everything drawn in pencil, and then your next step is to use either a Flair pen or a black pen or a black colored pencil would work, or what else? Black Crayola marker. Anything you guys would have that's black and will trace over your pencil. So I'm going to turn my camera around so you guys can see precisely what I mean. Remember, hopefully up to now, everything is just in pencil. So today is when we start to finalize everything. What I mean by finalize everything is you have it drawn, you have your eyes in the right spot halfway down, you have your nose halfway down from there, between your nose and your chin halfway down are your lips. And then it's up to you to create your hair, your freckles, your eyebrows, all the other little details that make you you. So for example, maybe I want to give myself some earrings. Maybe I want to feature, I have like a little mole on my chin, so I'm going to draw that. I have one on my nose. If you have freckles, all those like little skin things we can do later with our colored pencils or our crayons. So you guys might notice I did not trace over my guidelines. I didn't trace over my vertical halfway line. I didn't trace over my horizontal line. All of the pencil marks and all of the guidelines are going to be erased, leaving me nothing but this beautiful drawing in either marker or pen, whatever you guys happen to have. I do realize that we don't have all the same supplies as I might have here in the art classroom. So if you could think of just alternative things that might be close to what I have, that works too. Also, give this a second to dry. It looks like I might have smeared a little bit of my Flair pen with my eraser. So maybe give it a minute or two. If you are using Flair pens or something else in that category, give it a minute to soak into the paper before you use your eraser on it. So do a good job. We call this the eraser wash. We've talked about this before, I know, in my art class last year. You want to try to take off all those pencil marks. Make it look like you drew everything in marker or Sharpie. Okay, here we go. So big challenge for today. Our biggest challenge previously was just working on our facial features, getting everything in the right spot. Now today we have to talk about creating skin tones. So everybody's different, just like in the colors of us. My suggestion would be gather up some colors that look like they might be part of your skin tone. I'm going to use a little bit of pink maybe in my lips. You don't have to. So for me, again, my skin's a little darker in the summertime because of the sun and just being outside. I'm a little more tan. I would start out with something like this, maybe layer in a little yellow, a little brown. I might use a darker brown for some shadowing. If you have a darker complexion, or maybe you don't think, oh, I don't know if the yellow is going to work out. Maybe I'm a little bit more tan, a little darker. These three might work. What you need to do, or maybe you want to incorporate something in the more reddish category, totally up to you guys, it really, if you wanted to, this outer edge in the frame here could be a great place for you to practice. So I always like to maybe use my side edge here. Don't actually do it in your frame because this is just a practice area. I'd figure out, okay, so I'm going to start out with like a nice base color. Maybe I'll layer a little bit of this on top. I don't know, and then I could try a little bit of brown on top of that. And maybe I won't do brown everywhere. I might just do it like under my eyes or next to my nose. Use it to shade a little bit. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so just like any other type of coloring we tend to do, we want to make sure that you do this in layers. And you want to also make sure that you color all the things that are skin, actual skin. So don't forget, that means your eyelids, means your ears, even means your lips and your neck. All these things are covered in, obviously, skin. So that also means you need to cover it with your layering of skin tones. And again, guys, I'm always going quick when I do this stuff because I don't want this video to, be super, super long. I know you guys would prefer to just start coloring and drawing and doing all the things yourself. So remember, you guys can also pause this, do your own thing, go ahead and color, go ahead and begin, and then play it, restart it, go back and forth. That's the beauty of these recorded lessons. It's not my favorite teaching online. I'd rather have you guys in the classroom, but let's find some advantages to this. The advantages are you're able to pause the video and go at your own pace, which is great. Okay, so here's my first layer. I think I'm going to go in maybe a little bit with this, weird mustardy yellow color. Throw that somewhere. I don't have to go everywhere with it, and even then I'm not pushing down very hard. I'm just kind of scraping it across the face just to add another element of color. Something slightly more realistic than just plucking a peach or a tan or just one color. Make sure you guys really are looking in the mirror too, especially when you're drawing your face. That's so important. You can't just wing it. We want to see all those beautiful details. Okay, that's another good layer. I'm going to use some brown. I don't know. This is like a reddish brown, I think. It could work. It might be strange. I might just use it a little bit along my hairline. Maybe my ears where it might be a more tan. I might use it to add freckles, because I definitely have a bunch of freckles on my face, especially in the summertime. I have some bunch of freckles from the sun. And again, guys, everybody's different, so you do what you have. All right, take a look in the mirror. I think just about every lesson says you should get a mirror, take a good look. So notice I'm not using this darker color everywhere. I'm just going to use it where I think I might have a little bit of a shadow, like maybe a little bit of a shadow on the edges of my face, under my chin, in areas like that. I might do a little bit next to my nose, under my eyes. If you just want to go ahead and lightly add your colors all over the place, that's okay. I know sometimes when I talk about shading and shadows, it sounds super complicated and you can be intimidated by that. My suggestion, guys, is like, just go for it. Give it a practice. Give it a try. There's no harm in trying. There's no harm in starting over and starting new. It just means you are learning. All right, I like that. Maybe just because I'm going to add a little bit of pink to the lips. I'm not going to go super hard with the pink because that would look kind of strange. I might add a little to the cheeks. And I'm going really light and even sideways with my pencil because it kind of covers an area a lot better and a lot quicker. Okay, so next I'm going to try doing my eyes. Again, that's when it's good to have a mirror. You want to make sure the middle part of your eye, your pupil, is going to be the part that has some of that it's pure black. Take a look at your eyes. Make sure that what you're using is accurate. I'm going to pull a couple of colors. Greens, blues, browns. It always looks so much more interesting when you guys layer in your colors and you add more than one. Even if you're like, well, I have brown eyes. Well, remember, in the book, The Colors of Us, there's definitely more than one kind of brown, that's for sure. So make sure that you find more than one. Make it look beautiful, make it look accurate. Really take a look in the mirror, everybody. I always like to add, for some reason, I always think that this white color pencil blends all the colors together so nicely. Okay. So my next thing is just the rest of the details. Do I have dark eyebrows? They're not black, but they're kind of brown. And again, different kinds of browns. Color that in. I might go ahead and start looking at my hair in the mirror. And I definitely have darker hair on the top of my head, and then it gets lighter towards the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly color in my brown hair at the top. Bring some down here. And remember, everybody, I know that on Seesaw, you guys are able to paint or to draw virtually, like on the computer. I want all of these assignments to be on paper, drawn in pencil. Use the materials you have at home, even if they might not be the same materials I have here. Find something that could work. I no longer want any more submissions with drawings from the computer. I want to see you guys get a pen or a pencil, eraser, paper. Try another brown in there, because again, it's always good to use more than one. It like makes it look way more interesting. And I'm just gonna throw some highlights down here. Just little pockets of different kinds of brown. And notice I'm not being super neat and clean about any of this. And it gets a little lighter at the bottom. I'm going to layer it on top of the old colors. So again, guys, remember, I'm not just using one color. I'm going in there and I'm just layering all the colors that kind of look like they belong in the same family. Now it's up to you when it comes to your background and your t-shirt and your background behind you. You guys can use whatever you want. You can continue with color pencil, or you can use markers, you can use paint, you can do a pattern, you can do solid colors. It's totally up to you. I'll show you guys, I did another version of myself earlier. I actually think I like this one more. Let me find my sketchbook. I've been doing a lot of sketches with all these videos here. So you guys can decide, okay, I'm going to use marker, maybe on my shirt and on my background. You can use color pencils, you can use crayons, you can use whatever you guys would like to use. If you don't have a sketchbook, hopefully they came in and you guys are able to get one, but you can always create one too with a bunch of paper and a stapler. It doesn't have to be fancy. So let's see, down here, maybe I'm going to give myself a red t-shirt. I like using markers, mainly because the color's so vibrant. And no, I can't exactly layer marker colors very easily, but that's okay. I really want most of my details to be in my face and in the person here, my self-portrait of myself. I want, if somebody's looking at this artwork, I want them to look at my drawing and all the colors I use to layer on my face and my hair. Oh, and something else I noticed with markers, make sure you have some good fresh ones before you commit to a color, because this red feels like it's drying out a little bit. All right, and my goal, guys, and your goal too, try to have the whole rectangle, your whole frame colored. All right, you really don't want to be leaving a whole lot of white space. You're obviously going to have some in your eyeballs there. And let's see. Might have a little bit here and there, but you want to make sure your background, your t-shirt, everything gets colored. Don't just draw yourself and then call it done. Make sure you're paying attention to every part of your artwork, every part of the composition. So maybe I'll do this border around myself here. I think is kind of cool. And then I think I'm going to use some colored pencils instead in the background, because why not? Again, guys, you could do whatever you want for your background. You could do patterns, you could do words that are meant to describe you or things you think are important. Start layering that blue into a different blue. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, another blue. Remember, folks, it looks so much more interesting if you guys create compositions, create artwork with lots of color, lots of beautiful layers. And take your time. You guys can see I'm trying to go really fast. Now please don't be shy. I want you guys to share with me. Send me a picture of your artwork. And remember, I want your artwork to be on paper, done in pencil and art supplies. I no longer want to see any more artwork done digitally on your computer. I want you to use your hands to create your artwork, okay? Again, even if you don't have the same supplies as me, I would prefer seeing a drawing done in just regular old pencil than a drawing done on the computer. Okay, and I could keep going, everybody. You seriously, take your time. Make sure that whatever you're doing, it's quality, it looks good, you're happy with your work, you're proud of your work. And in between, I'll try to give my best feedback to you guys if you are struggling or if you're looking for some ideas on what else you can do to improve it. Make sure you send me some pictures before you Sharpie or trace over anything with marker, because it's so much easier to fix it then. But hopefully your artwork will look something like this, where your face and your hair, your t-shirt, your background, everything is in full color. All right, good luck. Send me what you got.